Hi everyone, it's Jessica. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a pretty personal video and it is my acne story. I've had acne since the 7th grade and I know it's something a lot of people struggle with. I feel like God blessed me with being smart, funny, and talented, and therefore he decided he needed to balance it out. Hence why I have a small butt, lots of acne, and a passion for physics but the inability to do it. I'm just kidding. But I did struggle with lots of acne. I do have a small butt and I love physics but can't do it. So those are all correct. I come from a family with not the best skin. My mom had acne growing up and she is now left with acne scars, and my dad had very clear rosacea. The way I see myself is an exact mix of both my mom and my dad, so I was just really blessed to receive acne and rosacea together. I first started getting pimples on my face, particularly in my forehead area, in the 7th grade. This was a pivotal moment for me because in 7th grade, I moved to a new school. I moved to a public school. This is about the time where everyone's going through puberty and all the other girls got big boobs, big butts, and I got big pimples on my forehead. 7th grade, I had a lot of pimples in my forehead area. Didn't really have anything on the sides of my cheeks nor on my chin. From 8th grade to about sophomore year of high school, my skin was pretty decent. I didn't have a lot of pimples. I just had a few, nothing too extreme. When I got into junior year of high school, that is when my face started to change significantly. Not for the better, but significantly. Junior year of high school, my pimples started reappearing back on my forehead and my chin. And when I got into my senior year of high school, I started developing acne on my cheeks. I've went to multiple dermatologists since the 7th grade. I've been on so many different medications. Some would work for a little and then I'd have my pimples reappear again. Some wouldn't work at all. You can name any medication, I have probably taken it. Eventually, it got really bad my freshman year of college. The worst time. Why during my freshman year of college when I'm supposed to meet new people and just Anyway, luckily, by then, I had so many years of acne where I built up enough confidence that it didn't matter how my face looked. Although I had this great confidence and I was happy with myself, I still had bad skin. The condition of my acne was so severe that it hurt to be on my skin. It started peeling, it started bleeding. That's not cute, obviously. I knew I needed to do something about it, and I tried. One of the worst things you can say to people who have acne is giving them a simple, generalized solution that you think works for them. Especially if you've never experienced acne, do not tell someone with acne what they should do with their skin. For example, if there is a person with clear skin coming at me, telling me, drink more water, or wash your face more, I don't think you understand, but the people with the worst acne are the people that care the most about their skincare. Clearly, something is just not working. I'm super emotionally invested in this topic since I have dealt with it. So people say all of these things, yet I'm already doing them, and where are the results? I ate super healthy. I washed my face twice a day with a gentle cleanser and moisturizer. I did everything that I could, and I still had acne. I'm just gonna put that out there, that don't think that acne can be solved just by simple little tricks like that, because for some people, it can't. It simply can't. Okay, now that that rant is over, I'm going to explain to you how I finally got rid of my acne. So when I moved to Seattle for school, I found a new dermatologist there. At that appointment, the dermatologist said, your acne is so severe, you have 2 options because none of the simple medication is going to work for where you are at this point. I was like, all right. Cool, let's get started then. He said I can go with a topical medication and a pill I had to take, or I can go on Accutane. And I was trying to avoid Accutane for the longest time, so I went with the topical and oral medication. When I went back home due to COVID, a couple months on this medication, my acne wasn't getting any better, so I figured, all right, I need to go see another dermatologist and see what they have to say. I went to one of the best rated dermatologists in my area, and she said, yep, your acne is really, really severe. You're going on Accutane. At this point, I was so tired of trying medications that weren't working. So at this point, I just decided I'll go on Accutane. My Accutane experience was one of the worst. It is every bad thing people have said about it. I believe I was on Accutane for 6 months. In order to be on Accutane, you have to be signed into this thing called iPledge. They are super, super, super strict about you not getting pregnant while on Accutane, which is reasonable, so reasonable. But for that reason, I had to take 2 forms of birth control. Prior to Accutane, I've never taken birth control pills. So now I'll just kind of list the side effects that I got and I had to go through to get the skin. Taking Accutane and birth control and being in a global pandemic where you're separated from family and friends, that is literally depression for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. During those 6 months, I was in a horrible mental state that progressively got worse the longer that I was on Accutane and birth control. And there were so many factors that I couldn't tell what it is. I couldn't tell if it was the Accutane or the birth control or the fact that we're in a flipping global pandemic. Before we get into the rest of this video, I just want to say that I'm fine. I am in such a happy mental state right now. I am off birth control and Accutane, so maybe that is why, but I am doing really good right now. So just gonna put that out there. Another side effect is that Accutane makes your whole entire body dry. I experienced dryness all over my skin, but I used moisturizer and that wasn't really that big of a deal for me. What was more noticeable to me was the fact that my lips were super chapped. I did experience slight headaches and nausea as well. I also experienced these things on my hands and my arms, like this area here, where it just had like bumps. It wasn't pimples, but it was itchy bumps and it was like burning here. It's really hard to explain, but that was another side effect. Other people have mentioned that being a side effect as well. So in case you're going on Accutane, you might have to deal with that. About a month or 2 into Accutane, that's when your skin is purging. You will see it be the worst, and that is the case for me. That's what happened. My acne was already bad, and then during those 1 to 2 months, it was even worse. My face was bleeding, my face was peeling, but that's the body trying to purge out all of that disgusting stuff that's residing in your face. After about the 3rd month, that's when my acne really started to improve. Products that I used during Accutane were Cetaphil Gentle Daily Wash, the CeraVe Moisturizing Lotion for my face, Vanicream Body Lotion, and Aquaphor for my lips. Another thing for being on Accutane is that you have to get monthly blood tests. I hated needles prior to Accutane. That's one of the reasons I didn't want to be on Accutane, but I had to take it. There's no way I could bypass it. They also have you fast before you get your blood drawn to make sure the results are accurate. And that was not good for me. Specifically the last time that I went, I got my blood drawn, was feeling a little dizzy, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be fine. Make it to the door and hit my head on the back wall and crumble down. I was crying, I was so confused, I didn't know what was going on. Got into a wheelchair, they pushed me out into the hallway and they're like, are you okay? And I was like, well, I guess, but what the heck happened? Luckily that was the last time I had to get my blood drawn because there was no way I was going back in there. So this is what my skin looks like right now, by the way. As you can see, I still have a little bit of pimples on my forehead, and I do have visible, I wouldn't say they're scars yet. It might be hyperpigmentation or the formation of acne scars. I'm not sure yet. But considering my skin had to do what it had to do to get rid of that horrible acne I had before, I'm proud of it. So now I'm going to explain things that I did that weren't related to Accutane that have helped my acne in the past. If you've watched my pescatarian video, you know that I had really clear skin during that time period. I also tried being vegan for 2 weeks this year, and my skin was super clear, like clearer than it is now. I genuinely think that what you eat plays a large role in the condition of your skin. When I didn't eat a bunch of meat or a bunch of dairy is when I saw my skin to be the clearest. So as an athlete, I did have a large intake of whey protein, and apparently my dermatologist in Seattle said that was not a good thing for my skin. After eliminating whey protein out of my diet, I did see some improvement in the condition of my skin as well. You're technically allowed to get off of birth control 1 month after your last dose of Accutane, but most dermatologists recommend that you do stay on it because it does help with some acne. I, however, was willing to deal with a little bit of acne and not be depressed. After I got off of birth control, I noticed a significant improvement in my mood, so I do think maybe that was part of it. Since I got on birth control, I also gained 14 pounds. I'm not sure if that was due to birth control though, honestly. I mean, I have been eating a lot more. I've started taking plant protein and I work out at the gym, so I'm obviously developing muscle mass. So gaining weight was probably not due to birth control. I'm just saying I was on birth control and I happened to gain weight at the same time. Dealing with acne is one of the hardest things someone can go through, and not enough people recognize that. It can have such an impact on a person's mental health, and everyone dismisses it as it's something everyone goes through. regardless of the intensity or the amount of time you've had your acne, it can be so mentally draining to look at yourself and not love what you see. I'll probably make these into separate videos as to how I stayed confident with my acne, but I'm here to tell you, if you're struggling with acne, you are still beautiful. Take a look at yourself. Do you see the energy that you radiate? Oh, okay. Oh, you're funny? Oh, you're smart too? All of those qualities are what make you so beautiful, so don't think that your acne is taking away from that. I just wanted to put that out there for anyone who has struggled with acne in the past or is dealing with some skin problems right now, that you are still beautiful. You are still popping. I see you. I don't really see you, but I see you. I feel you. I promise. That is the end of my acne story. If you guys have any additional questions for me, leave them in the comment section down below and I'll be happy to answer them. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for listening to my story. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!